4 new teams in the top 16 for Class 2A this week. Again, it is a Monday, which means we got new rankings. This video is your Class 2A top 16. Again, if you're looking for something else, head to our homepage on YouTube. You can watch all 7 classes for free. We've got tons of rankings coming out today, a ton of movement, and a few new number ones even. But without further ado, let's get into our top 16 here again for Class 2A, starting with 16 through 11. At number 16, Clarinda. They are new to the rankings after losing to Van Meter 56-22. Sheraton at the number 15 spot. They moved down 5 spots. They were top 10 last week. They head down to number 15 after losing to Interstate 35 24-6. New to the rankings is Meepo, Mediapolis. They beat Albia 29-0, earning them a spot in our top 16. At number 13, Southeast Valley. They lost to Des Moines Christian this week. As you can see, Des Moines Christian at number 12. They are new to our rankings after beating Southeast Valley. That was a 52-12 victory for them. So they hop up a big leap for them as they jump in at number 12. And at number 11, also new to our rankings, Tipton. They beat West Liberty 21-11. Tipton 4-0. Might be a surprise team in our top 16, but nevertheless, they are undefeated and jump into our top 16. Let's get into your top 10. Starting with number 10, we've got Kemper Catholic. After getting back to 500, the Knights are back in the rankings. A big matchup looms this week against Greene County. Greene County, a team in our top 5, but Kemper, they took down Roland Story on the road last week. And again, they're back to 500 and back in our top 10 where they were earlier in the year. At number 9, Cherokee Washington fell at the hands of Western Christian, but won't drop in the rankings. This week, they will be tested as the number 1 team in the state comes to town for homecoming. I'm sure you can guess who the number 1 team in the state is this week. Not much surprise as that squad has held down the number 1 spot all year, but you can wait to find out for sure. But Cherokee Washington, they get a host the number 1 squad for their homecoming, looking to make a big statement after losing to Western Christian. And speaking of Western Christian, they slot in at number 8. The Wolfpack won the battle of top 10 teams, 28-21 over Cherokee Washington. Sets up a huge game at home against West Lyon. And again, they've got a matchup with Central Lyon, George Little Rock looming in the future. So a big few weeks coming up for Western Christian as they've been kind of a surprise team so far in Class 2A at number 8. At number 7, Osage, they took care of New Hampton 40-7. Max Knudsen threw for 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. Again, Osage, they hold down number 7 spot as they beat New Hampton. At number 6, Spirit Lake, they beat down on Forest City 63-6. Caden Lunt threw for 256 yards and a touchdown, and Will Ditzworth ran for 180 in 3 scores. Let's get into our top 5, and there's been a theme in Class 2A the last few weeks. It's that there's no movement. Everyone's winning. Greene County, since their Week 1 loss to Carroll, the Rams have outscored opponents 137-20, including the most recent shutout victory over Sadell. And again, they've got number 10 Kemper Catholic this week, a sneaky good matchup in Class 2A that could loom large for the postseason and also our rankings. At number 4, West Lyon shut out Unity Christian 35-0 to move to 4-0 with a massive game looming on Friday at Western Christian. Again, another top 10 battle in Class 2A this week. At number 3, Monticello, after their opening week defeat to 3A's Mount Vernon, Monticello has looked like one of the top teams in the state. They beat Anamosa 38-20. Again, Anamosa, a team that has historically struggled, but this year got off to a good start, and they kind of hung with Monticello, which is a good sign. But nevertheless, Monticello wins and holds down the number 3 spot. At number 2, Van Meter, the Stars continue to shine for the Bulldogs. A 56-22 beatdown over Clarinda. Austin Baumover went 7 for 8 through the air for 160 yards, and Ben Gordon had 19 rushes for 160. Again, Van Meter, they hold down the number 2 spot where they've been all year. At number 1, Central Lyon, George Little Rock, another team that has not moved from their number 1 spot. They're looking every bit like a team that could repeat for the title this week. They will be tested, however, as they go to Cherokee to play for the Braves on their homecoming. So we've got 3 top 10 matchups in Class 2A this week. We could have a lot of movement coming up here soon if we have some upsets, but nevertheless, 2A really kind of looking like one of those classes where we have a pretty distinct top 2. I'd say Central Lyon, Georgia Little Rock, and Van Meter are the obvious ones, and then Monticello, kind of a sneaky team at 3. But I think there's a little bit of a tier drop off after that. So as you can see, Class 2A is kind of starting to form as we kind of see those top dogs start to hold down their spot. But nevertheless, that's all I've got for Class 2A's top 16 this week. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to check out the rest of our rankings videos. And if you're not already, subscribe to IA Sports on YouTube and give us a follow on all of our social medias. We appreciate it, and I will catch you guys next week.